Do you know that 70% of the population are generators in human design? And most of us are living lives that are a lie. Most of us do not honor our strategy and authority in our human design. For generators, it's to honor the response and also listening to your sacral talk to you, like literally talk to you. And it does it in ways like or And it occurred to me that most of us growing up in our families have been conditioned to not respond with because it's rude. That's what we were taught. At least that's what I was taught. And so we're pushed to say things like, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, no, ma'am, no, sir, in more of those manner type of ways, which is conditioning, instead of allowing these generators to respond to things that their sacral is lighting up with by You know, most of us will listen to people, how they respond to food, for example. If you get a really good meal and that person's eating that food and they're making all these noises. If your partner asks you if you want to play a game and you're like, ugh, or your kids, if you ask your kids to go do their chores and their responses are, or big deep breaths, they're probably generators. So even in having sex, if your partner is a noisy person, they're probably a generator, because generators naturally make noise. With their mouths, their gut will make noise. So it's important to ask generators what they want to do rather than directing them to do something or telling them what to do. And I just wanted to share that with y'all, because how many of us, when we were kids, were taught to say yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am, and yes, sir, and no, sir, and lost touch with our sacral and that noise that it makes. And we're forced to do things that we really didn't want to do and that didn't bring us joy. And so we've literally lived a life of frustration and resentment towards everything. Generators are supposed to have unlimited amounts of energy. They have access to this life force sacral energy. And when they're honoring the things that light them up and bring them joy and they're really excited about doing, they can do that for long periods of time. But when they're stuck in jobs that they don't like, or they're stuck in partnerships that they really don't like the person that they're with, it can make them feel stuck. And that's not a life that, you're literally walking around in the whole world. 70% of population is living like that. And guess what? The other types in the human design, the projectors, the reflectors, and the manifestors, guess what? They're sampling that sacral energy from 70% of the population. Let that sink in. So ask yourself, are you doing things that you really want to do? Or are you doing things because you were conditioned to do them because it was the right thing to do? Or you were told this is what you should do?